Welcome back to StarCraft 2 Battle Royale. Today it is time to watch 6 Korean pro gamers duke it out in a 6-man free-for-all to figure out which of them is the very best currently. Now, in the very first minute of the game, we normally see where they want to start off, but I think they probably have agreed on the fact that they're gonna let the game auto-assign them a base. Okay, we haven't actually seen this before. I've casted a couple of games on this custom map over the last few weeks. I've been really enjoying it. It seems like a lot of you are enjoying it as well, so I'm hoping to make this a more regular thing. But if you don't pick a base, if they don't choose a starting location, they will get one auto-assigned. Now, over the last week or so, there have been some updates to this map. So if you have a very keen eye, you probably already noticed that the center section right here is a little bit different. Two of the major changes here actually in the center is, first off, well, not everything is a high ground leading up towards a low ground anymore. Or I guess leading down towards low ground anymore. But secondly, there's actually also creep locations over here where both Terran and Protoss players cannot build. And likewise, obviously, Zerg players can build there without having to, like, spread creep in the center. Anyways, judging by at least the minimap, it seems like all of the players are in the bottom section. Spawning here on the right-hand side in the purple colors. We're looking inside of the main base of Maru. Bottom right-hand corner, we have none other than Team Liquid's Taeja. A couple of new players, as you may have already noticed here. We have Stats playing here, with the Protoss pieces, of course. Now, he's got lucky. He's got the golden minerals to start off with, which is certainly a very nice economical boost. A little bit below him, though, very close by. I mean, I wonder if a spine crawler can literally poke away at some of these probes. We have none other than Ragnarok in the red colors here. We're looking inside of the main base of Patience. And, well, his next door neighbor goes by the name of SuperNova. Alrighty, so let's figure out what this game is all about. Now, already, I think there's an overlord that has scouted out right here that a gas was taken. So, Taeja probably at this point not aware of the fact that his opponent is right next door, but at the very least, Ragnarok has figured out where this Terran is located. Now, as you may have already noticed, by the way, as well, by some of the graphics, at the end of last week's game, I had some terrible lag spikes. I've decided to drop my graphics down to the medium graphics setting. So I don't really know if this is going to help with the lag spikes that might appear in the later stages of this game. As you probably know, StarCraft 2 is not particularly well optimized for multi-threaded performance, meaning that well, pretty much everything is run off of either 1 or 2 threads, and well, most of the time, if there's a lot of moving things in the late game in particular, the game will drop down to a trickle. So I'm hoping to prevent that by making the game look a little bit less pretty. Either way, there's already a bunker coming up because SuperNova here has figured out that his Protoss opponent is very, very close by. Patience also knows exactly what's going on. So we have a bit of a skirmish right here between the Terran and the Protoss players. Both of them are trying to end this game as quickly as they can. I love the idea of going for Reapers here. Obviously, you can micro Reapers pretty much indefinitely against a Zealot. I mean, on paper, that should really never go wrong. Already, though, 2 Stalkers are on that production tab, so I think this is going to be pretty good, at least, for Patience, as long as he gets those Stalkers out. In the meantime, by the way, 2 players apparently have already made their way up north. Stats, a greedy boy, already had those golden minerals all for himself. He now also wants those golden minerals that are a little bit further up. Patience, also scouting around right now, will figure out that a hatchery was taken by Ragnarok in the top left-hand corner. A little bit of Reaper on Stalker action over here, though, but I can't help but notice that that is pretty much always going to be okay. Oh, I was wondering what was going on here, but that is not the same Zealot. I was wondering why that Zealot was chasing down one of those Stalkers. That was a different Zealot. Right. Makes sense. Now, Stats decided to play very greedily, got himself that base up north. Yeah, I think he's just simply evacuating most of this location, as he knows that his opponents are very close by. There's not even Maru with, like, a bunker rush from the high ground. If he can shut down that pylon, actually, both of these gateways will be on power. So this is already a bit of a disaster. So I kind of like the fact that some of these guys are already repositioning towards the top section of the map. SuperNova right now already making a base there as well. He's probably not feeling all too confident about the fact that his opponent is building all of these units to deal damage with. Now, obviously, there might be some hidden agreements, right? There may certainly be some agreements. Oh my god, this is actually pretty big. Stats just figured out what's going on. Beautiful. I think that Patience may have wanted to go for, like, maybe either a proxy pylon to, like, warp in from, or maybe like even like a cannon rush at this point in the game. Wouldn't be bad. But we may certainly see some agreements here between the players as well in just a little bit. We'll have to keep paying attention on who is specifically not fighting who. For now, though, I like this position quite a bit for Taeja. I mean, we've seen this before, right? I believe last time it was Innovation who was sitting all by himself on this little island. And it's a pretty good way of playing. Now, he's decided to go for a bunch of bio units. He's going to be able to drop those off straight into the main base of Ragnarok, who currently is mostly just on a couple roaches and some zerglings. But I think that will be enough, as there's just simply more than enough units for him available to ward away those couple of Marines. That's okay, says Taeja. I'll just find my next prey. I don't need to necessarily fight you. I can just go ahead and maybe fight the Protoss player over here. In the meantime, though, in the top section of the map, one of the trains has spawned. Now, another adjustment that has been made to this map is that the trains now no longer spawn in the exact same pattern. So I think it's at least like, I don't know if it's like a set pattern, or I've played a couple games on the map myself as well. I don't know if it's a set pattern or if it's randomized or whatever, but every once in a while the train will spawn over here. Every once in a while it will spawn in like a different location right over here. And while the train rails still seem to go in pretty much the same place, there's no denying that there's, at the very least, not just like spawn location advantages that are as big as they were previously. So I quite like that. I also really am a fan of like actually the improvements here in the center. So right now you can sort of see that creep that I was talking about a little bit better earlier. Now, in case you're completely unfamiliar with this mod, the player that controls the center for the longest amount of time as this timer ticks down will get a massive boost. I know the map is currently still in Korean. There are English versions of them available. If you search in the StarCraft 2 arcade on both the European and then also the North American servers, for FFA Battle Royale, you can't figure out exactly what's happening. Now look at that, right? Whose Marine was that actually? I wasn't quite paying attention to that, but it felt like Patience had a bit of an agreement right there where he allowed that Terran player to stay in control of the center until half the timer was down. So I'm assuming it's the Terran player that will end up winning this thing. We'll know exactly who that was here as the timer ticks down. It's difficult, though, to keep track of everything that's happening here. It's been an absolute disaster. Actually, huh? I thought it was a Terran player. I guess it was Maru, but it's... Oh, actually, it says Maru right here with a little 1 next to it. I wonder if that means that he actually did end up winning that center dispute. Regardless, Maru always very good here. Taeja, in the meantime, though, is taking care of one of those hatcheries. Managed to do so successfully right now as well. Maru, in the meantime, got rid of that golden base that previously belonged to Stats. Stats, though, as we already know, has relocated towards the top section of the map. You will have to reproduce one of those cyber cores here in a little bit as well if you want to continue warping at stalkers and whatnot. A little bit of an odd moment to have the robotics bay done, but not so much a cyber core anymore. I guess we'll probably see that coming up here in just a little bit once again once he realizes it. It's a bit of a strange moment to be in. Taeja, though, taking care of a lot of these things. But you know what? It feels like Maru does something, man. I don't really know what's going on, but it feels like he's always getting help. Is that just me? Like, in all of the games that I've seen him play in this game mode so far, it seems like he's getting help, one way or another. I wish I spoke Korean. We really gotta get an English game going on this map. I'm trying to set something up right now. Something's in the work. Or in the works, rather. I can't make any promises. What is that? Oh my god, Patience. He's not even hiding it, dude. He, like, poked away at that hatchery for a little bit. And he's like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. Okay. So I guess Patience and Ragnarok have a bit of a pact, bit of a truce, and Taeja and Maru may very well as well, because they seem to also be dodging each other. Stats and Patience, though, really don't seem to like each other very much. Although Patience is leaving this alone right now, I think that's mostly just to try and go for the main base, or I guess the new main base right here of Stats. Stalkers, though, blink right on top of one of those laser boys that just spawned, and I think that this does mean that this army will be cleaned up quite smoothly. Now, interestingly enough, it seems like everyone's ignoring the trains. You get such a tremendous amount of resources from having those trains, but I guess they favor controlling the center. Look at this. Taeja and Maru, man. Maru just really likes the other Terran players. We've seen him do similar things with Innovation. Look at this. I think Maru's saying, okay, you can have the center right now until like 30 seconds are remaining, and that way I know that I'm gonna be second. Oh my god, look at this. Oh no. What a silly play. Should this be promoted? What do you guys think? I'm actually interested in hearing your thoughts. Since obviously this is a non-serious game mode, this is not like a tournament match or whatever, do you mind the fact that people are like clearly working together? I mean, they will have to fight by like the 20-minute mark regardless, right? It's not like they can do this for the entire game long. Only one person can end up winning. I don't actually mind it that much, but I've seen some people that were very much so against it. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Let me know down below. Anyways, stats though, trying his very best to get Patience away from this location. I wonder if this is really what you want to be fighting for though, because I'm a little bit worried here for the Terran players in particular. Taeja, by the way, just took care of SuperNova's base. SuperNova still happily minding his own business for the most part. Not really seemingly engaging as often in the rest of the disputes. At the same time, Patience and Taeja right now in a bit of a weird situation as they are now working together to demolish one of the Zergs. Actually, I say one of the Zergs, but I think he's the only Zerg. He's desperately trying to construct another hatchery right over here. He's got one more base, but doesn't have a lot of drones anymore. And I think that at this point, Ragnarok is pretty much dead. I think he's pretty much dead. Now, I don't really know a lot of Korean, but I do know that that means GG. So I think GG has been called right there. At the very least, by stats, offensively, who's now also... actually, no, that's Patience. But he's now also, at the very least, getting rid of some of those drones that were desperately trying to make their way towards one of those bases. In the meantime, Maru has marched from the right-hand side of the map all the way towards the left. Seems to be ignoring Patience. But he wants to go after SuperNova. Ooh, he's trying to bait those Marines to get into the line of fire of those siege tanks. In the meantime, though, Patience still working on the Terran player up north. Actually, no, he's working on the Protoss player up north, as he's still ignoring the Terran player up north. Oh my god. I wonder if maybe, like, this shouldn't be like a free-for-all, but this should be like a... I don't know, like a 2v2v2 or something like that. That would be kind of interesting. Look at this. Taeja's literally trying to target fire down Protoss units in blue, ignoring the ones in red entirely. Bit of a gamble, obviously, because he might accidentally deal some damage as well to, well, I guess his ally. It seems like every single time, though, we have this, it's like Maru and you know, Terran players in general that really get the upper hand, as they obviously can construct all of those structures in the center as well. I wonder if we're going to be seeing one of them do so here in a little bit. If you manage to get like a couple of planetaries up or maybe like some static defense or whatever, super difficult at that point for the opponents to get in there. Big switch, by the way. Oh my god, I love this. Taeja, in the meantime, I mean, he's taking control of all of those bases, right? He's now producing 7 starport battlecruiser. That is 7 battlecruisers at once. He's pretending like he's still playing like Marine Medivac, which is cool and all. Patience accidentally rallying some of those units past this location. I think he's trying to reinforce this. He's pretending like he's still playing like Marine Medivac, but in reality, he's making tons and tons of the big boys. Really liking this position right here for the Terran player in pink. The same actually can be said for the purple one, though. Maru looking real strong, still sticking around on primarily siege tanks and Marines. I don't really know exactly how that's gonna fare against mass BC. Battlecruisers, obviously. Oh my god, I think he's hiding them. I wonder if he's actually hiding him from, like, his ally as well. I think so. Because, like, why would you... Well, I mean, all that Maru knows is that there's a Zerg player over here, but there's no Zerg to be seen anywhere. Oh! These guys are not even remotely hiding it. Yo, they're literally harvesting the same minerals. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Look at this. This is the strangest agreement between two enemies. This is so weird. Oh my god, no, Patience, you gotta keep moving them, man. Yeah, look. If he stops moving or he holds position or whatever, he will accidentally start firing at some of these structures here from one of his allies. Man, it would be so fun if you can get an English version of this going, though, right? And we can have, like... you know, I really wish, like, this is one of the reasons why I wish I spoke Korean. I really wish I could help you translate some of the things that they are saying, but it'd be absolutely fascinating to know. Now, I know some of you have very nicely actually offered to translate the entire in-game chat before I cast any of these games, but I feel like that would also, you know, take, first off, a lot of work, and, well, secondly, there's already about 1,000,001 things going on right here while I'm casting these games. It's difficult to keep track of everything, but with an English version, it certainly would be really cool to see it in real time. By the way, Ragnarok apparently has been given the right of a hatchery. I think that's mostly just so he's not out of the game, so he at the very least can stay in it. Ooh, nice blink forward actually by Patience. Grab some of those resources. Taeja, in the meantime, though, He's got a nice battlecruiser army, guys. And I was bringing this up a little bit ago, right? If you can get a couple of planetaries here in the center, life is pretty good on the side of Terran. SuperNova, though, who was previously in the bottom left-hand corner, previously on the left-hand side of the map, now has his entire force in the top right-hand corner. And, well, some of the SCVs that... Wait, oh my god, you know what? I think Patience is not letting the Terran player mining anymore. I think that Patience, like, forced the liftoff by attacking it with the Stalkers. And ever since the command center lifted, it can't land anymore because there's always a probe blocking it. Cheeky, cheeky. Sorry, SuperNova. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I guess that's the only advice. Protoss is still juking it out. That's a lot of Blink Stalkers going up against a much higher tech army. Starting to get a little bit worried right here for the Patience, man. Very impatient move there in a way. SuperNova also threatening to drop down over there. In the meantime, though, Taeja, how many battlecruisers do you have at this point? Let me look at my massive... Oh my god. My massive unit tab. He's got 15 battlecruisers. And, well, I mean, he's already at 210 supply, which you can get... Oh my god, big Yamato guns! Which you can get by controlling the center bit. This is the nastiest turtle that I've ever seen. Guys? How in the world is this gonna be broken? How in the world can you break a Terran that is this turtled up? This is no longer a Battle Royale right now. This is a Turtle Royale. Look at the outer shell. This is also a typical scenario of the rich getting richer, though, right? I mean, apparently Maru has started up a bit of a counteroffensive, going for a sensor tower, going for a lot of, like, missile turrets, and I guess he's getting his own command centers going here, too. I wonder if maybe they want to, like, share in the victory, because then it would be absolutely impossible for anyone to go through. The issue is, like, he's taking control 100% here of the center, right? So that means in a little bit, Taeja is gonna get a hot drop of a ton of units that comes straight from the sky. And now that he's holding control of the center, he's gonna get a lot of additional units here as well. Here they come. You ready? Taeja, now sitting at a measly 273 supply. Maru, oh my god. Well, he just had a ton of Stalkers blink into his force. Little bit cheeky. In the meantime, though, Patience is going to work on some of those structures that Maru has made. But I feel like this is only, you know, a massive benefit right here to Taeja in particular, right? Like, Taeja, he's taking care of everyone. He's done so much damage in this game. Can we have a look at, like, units lost or resources lost? It definitely is the Protoss players here that have had the short end of the stick. But look at Taeja, man. It seems like starting on the island base is just absolutely amazing. He's only lost nearly, well, 3,000 resources here. He's got the biggest bank. He's been spending all of his money on making static defense. Plus, as soon as this circle is up once again, I feel like he's gonna get another reinforcement of like another, I don't know, 50 supply. How much supply can you have here as Terran? I think this is the Terran wet dream. Maru kind of sitting here out on the perimeter as well. He knows that there's still a couple of players out in this map, but what exactly are you gonna do right now? He's making one planetary fortress. Not bad. I guess that will be okay. The thing is, though, we all know that at the 20-minute mark, that circle will appear on the outer sides of the map, right? On the outer sides of the map? On the outsides of the map. I tried giving a nice spin to that sentence after I said it wrong, and, well, I couldn't come up with a solution. But we know that at the 20-minute mark, which is a minute and 50 seconds from now, the Battle Royale zone, the death zone, will approach from the outside. And, well, eventually, it will go past this couple of, you know, these couple of structures that Maru has as well. I don't see anyone breaking this position here for Taeja in the center, as he's just simply been in an absolutely phenomenal spot. Once again, if he manages to take control of the center for more than a minute or more than half this time, so more than 30 seconds, he's gonna be able... Like, how are you gonna do anything? No one's gonna be able to do anything. He's gonna be the one who will get an extra reinforcement of even more Terran units. And, well, like I said, the rich get richer. I am pretty sure that this little fight right here between SuperNova and Patience is absolutely irrelevant, as they are not playing for the victory anymore. They're now going for, I guess, like, you know, second place, third place prizes? I don't know if those exist in StarCraft, especially not in a free-for-all. Couple trains once again appear, so at the very least Maru is going to be able to take care of those. You can see, though, that it is randomized now, so that's nice. The trains are appearing in some different places. But, I mean, he's currently sitting. Apparently, he lost 1 supply worth. I think he actually previously went all the way up to, like, 274, but he's now sitting at 272. How much supply do you have at this point, Taeja? 352 supply. There's battles everywhere, but it's all pretty much irrelevant. You can collect resources all you want, but no one's going to break Taeja. The Battle Royale death zone is starting to approach. All structures that will appear on the outside here will definitely get picked off. So I guess the old main base of Taeja is no longer gonna be worth its time. But I mean, what's even the point? He's not even bothering dropping mules at this point. I guess he's just scanning. He knows that no one can really break this position. I wonder if Maru is gonna like make a last-ditch effort for it. I guess what he's hoping for right now, if I was him at the very least, I'd hope that like someone else would attack him. And then, you know, or like someone else would attack Taeja, and then he can like come in from the other side and potentially be the third, you know, dog in that bone fight. You know what I mean? When 2 dogs fight over a bone, the third one is the one that gets it, something like that. Anyways, I think that's like his best option right now. Scans are coming up everywhere. I think that's Taeja just scanning literally everything to see if there's any issues whatsoever. Trying to figure out if any static defense is coming up. Patience, in the meantime, is constructing double Nexi over here. Just trying to buy time, I suppose. I think he's going for, like, 2nd or 3rd place. Now, I'm not entirely sure if these guys were playing for, like... I know they played a couple of games. I wonder if they, like, also got value for getting 2nd or 3rd. Which may very well be one of the reasons why they're behaving this way. I think that probably is it. That might also explain the fact why, like, Ragnarok was still trying to, like, hide a hatchery over here and stuff, just hoping someone else would leave the game sooner. I think that's what's going on. At the very least, that would explain quite a bit. It also would explain why SuperNova is currently attacking a Nexus. Well, actually, no, there's no explanation for that. But I think he's just attacking a Nexus right here with a couple of units. Now, I like this. Look at this. Maru has figured out a way to potentially break this. But I think he's just showing off his might. I think he's just showing, yo, bro, I could land this mule or this nuke right now, but since we've worked together, I don't think there's a whole lot more that can really dispute our victory. SuperNova has left the game. Patience is still sticking around for a little while longer, desperately making a Nexus here to hopefully win out over some of those structures that Maru has in the center as well. But, yeah. Nice try, buddy. Nice try. I don't think there's gonna be a whole lot of debate as to who ended up winning this one, right? We had one game last week where I had no idea who actually ended up winning it, but well, I mean, I had an idea of who won it, and it was pretty clear that you know, well, I don't want to spoil it for you in case you want to check it out, but it was pretty clear who ended up winning it, but at the very least it wasn't super obvious. I think in this case there's not really a whole lot of debate that Taeja is the one who will end up winning this match. I wonder if Maru wants to go for a last-ditch effort. Patience is saying, okay, GG. Maru apparently... Oh my god. Terran players, close your eyes. Or open them, I guess. As you can see, literally everything blowing up. Maru calls GG. And that means Taeja obtains the victory. Alrighty, so let's do one more. Now, I can't help but notice that the players are once again taking a very similar approach as they are sitting right here in the center of the map, letting the game decide where the bases will be taken. And, well, apparently, it's once again gonna be all in the bottom section of the map. Do you think this is predetermined, or do you think this is complete luck of the draw? I wonder if this is something that can be set up, or if this is something that they purposefully want this way? There's already a probe seemingly escaping towards the northern section. I'm almost thinking that this is not coincidence, and this is actually predetermined or something, that someone, or at the very least, like that the players know that someone has set up some sort of setting that everyone's gonna spawn in the bottom section. Because I mean, I don't know though. No, I doubt it. That really doesn't make any sense. Because at that point, why would you even... Like, why would you not just immediately evacuate and go to, like, a location all of your own? Like, if that were the case, I think everyone would try and take a base in the northern section immediately. Huh, very odd. Anyways, if you wanted to give this map a try, like I said, it's called FFA Battle Royale. And it's created by someone who goes by the name of ATTX. So that's ATT in uppercase and then X in lowercase. So that way you can, at the very least, assure that you've got the correct map. It's pretty great. I played a couple rounds during the Patreon arcade night. As you know, once a month with the Patreon supporters, we come together, play some games. And, well, this month we had, I think we can have up to like 8 people in one of these games. I think we had exactly 8 or so at the time. 8 people coming to hang out and play some games. And gotta say, it was an absolute blast. Like, the fact that you can play very aggressively. Like, normally if you play a free-for-all, right? It's the player who doesn't get harassed and the player that doesn't get attacked who ends up winning. But in this case, you're actually encouraged to make a lot of army very early on, just to go after the trains and after the center objective. So there's some actual proper strategy involved. Now, obviously, this map is still very much so a work in progress. I mean, it's clear that there's been a lot of improvements already in just, you know, the couple of weeks that it's been out. Obviously, there will be more fine-tuning, at the very least, I'm assuming so, but I think there will be more fine-tuning to make the map better. And, well, I wonder what the map creator will come up with over time, because I'm really, really, really liking the concept. This is one of those things that I kind of wonder right now. It's like, why did no one really come up with this before? Why is this only happening right now? You know what I mean? It seems like one of those game modes that should have been here for such a long while. Anyways, Ragnarok right now, starting the game off pretty aggressively, going after the base of Patience. In the meantime, though, while he's dealing a little bit of damage over there, he's also being attacked by a bunker from SuperNova on the high ground. Bottom right-hand corner of the map on the island this time around, we have stats. I guess we can get confirmation here. If stats ends up winning this one, that the bottom right-hand base is the best spawn location. If he ends up winning this one, that is. We don't know. I feel like if you're Zerk, though, and you spawn in the bottom right-hand corner, I mean, kind of sucks, right? I mean, I guess you could go Mutas or something, but Mutas have so many counters. Feels like Protoss and Terran have much better, you know, air. But, yeah, they, in general, do benefit a little bit more, I think, from these island bases. Obviously, Stats will have to figure out a way, though, to get another expansion going here. I'm sure he would love to go after the base of SuperNova, and that's exactly what he's planning on doing right now. I'm still flabbergasted that everyone is at the bottom section of the map. It's crazy. Ragnarok, though, trying to take a base in the top left-hand corner. I mean, he rushed Zerglings towards the Protoss. Didn't really work. Then he had a bunch of Reapers shooting at his mineral line from the main base of SuperNova. He's in a bit of trouble. I mean, he's trying to go after the bunker. Even, like, shutting down the bunker, though, doesn't really shut down his aggression, right? I guess it will make it easier. Oh, my God. Even the full repair right there will keep that bunker alive. And, well, I'm starting to get a little bit worried right here for my boy Ragnarok. I don't think that this is going to be particularly great. In the meantime, though, a couple of Stalkers are coming from the right-hand side. I almost wonder if this map is too big. Now I'm thinking about it, I wonder what this map would be like if it was smaller. I'm not sure, though. If it was smaller, maybe everyone would just, like, do 12 pools and, like, proxy gates and, well, I guess proxy gates from your own main base, but... I wonder if, like, this is the correct size. I don't know. Would be cool, actually, to have some variety in that as well. I imagine, like, we have multiple maps of this. One that's really big, one that's really small, one that's, like, medium-sized, like this one. That'd be pretty sick, too. Anyways, I'm not a game designer. I'm not someone who can come up with these great ideas, but I know there's going to be many creative people watching this. If you have something awesome, definitely, well, feel free to post it down below. I don't know if the map creator watches these games. Maybe it's even like a community project, and it's just like the name of the person that uploaded it, ATTX. I don't know a whole lot about it, but yeah, it's all because I don't speak Korean. It's still a really cool work in progress, and I'm a big fan. I hope that they, at the very least, continue on it for a long while longer. Now, in the meantime, though, 2 Terran players fighting over a train. Do you think they're working together again? I think we have our answer. I think we have our answer as they dodged each other. Taeja heading to the center, going after the drone, making sure that he does get, at the very least, as much of a duration right here in the center as he can. Need to make sure that you get at least some units here. I think Maru probably said something along the lines of, hey, I can have the train, you can have the center. Martin, just gets shut down by Raynor, Jimmy boy. Taeja in the meantime also going after Ragnarok. I feel like they're almost bullying Ragnarok, man. Ragnarok once again trying to take a base in the top left-hand corner. I mean, Rag, I'm sorry, dude. You just have only one Zerg player in these games and no one's working together with you. I feel like Stats is awfully quiet here, by the way. How has he been doing so far? He's going for additional Stalkers again. So where exactly is Stats located? The Prism is on the right-hand side of the map. He's trying to go after Patience's base. The downside of having this island, though, is that once it mines out and you don't have another base, you're kind of, like, dead. I guess that goes for everyone, but it's much harder to, like, expend when you are sitting, you know, in the bottom right-hand corner, right? Like, it's much harder to get a natural progression here. Harder to reinforce and all that. I guess for Protoss, though, they can warp in quite easily. Taeja now coming down this ramp. Massive recall immediately coming up as Patience and Taeja. Oh my god. Are clearly working together. So wait. Maru is working together with Taeja. Taeja is working together with Maru. Taeja is also working together with Patience. Do they have some sort of weird love triangle going on over here? Like, what's going on? In the meantime, a command center is floating off right here. SuperNova apparently tried to expand towards the island. Not entirely sure what he expected there, because, I mean, he was already being harassed there for quite some time by a prism that clearly came from the right-hand side of the map. Now, I wonder what happens when you go east from this spot. There can only be so many things. Once again, we have a train moving across the map. Smaller train over here. Doesn't have any fancy turrets or anything on it just yet. I would love to see those turrets, like, cranked up to, like, 11. That'd be pretty sick. If, like, if anything got even close to it, everything just dies. What if the train goes through the center? Would that be cool? If there's, like, a really strong train at the 10-minute mark, or no, at, like, the 18-minute mark or something that goes straight through the center and it attacks all the structures that are set up over there. I feel like there's a lot of potential, right? I'm just thinking out loud here. Brainstorming just by yourself kind of sucks, though, but it's definitely possible to get a solution for, like, those turtle styles, I guess. And maybe there's even a solution for, like, some of those truces. Oh my god. Okay, he did get it there. Only minerals, though. Didn't kill all the wagons in time. Taeja once again taking control here. Maru apparently leaving the base of Patience alone. Hatchery in the top right-hand corner of Ragnarok once again hiding. He's just sitting there. The creep, though, will be spotted. I wonder if this is something Maru wants to clean up here. In the meantime, though, a Nexus was acquired here by Patience. That one is being picked off by Stats. Remember, Stats is all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. I mean, he's got a massive amount of Stalkers, but he's running out of money. Yeah, this kind of sucks for him. Who's winning this, actually? If we have a look right now at the active supply count, it's the two Terran players that are looking strong. So Taeja and Maru. Surprise. Also the ones that seem to be working together. Hatchery spotted in the top left-hand corner. Hatchery over here was killed. What if you just all work together? What's even the point? The Ragnarok apparently has decided to leave the game. That means Taeja apparently does now obtain the victory in the center. Stats is also GGing out as he's losing money. Well, he's GGing several times, I guess, for every leftover player at this point. Seems reasonable. That seems like a smart thing to do. That way you GG for everyone. I wonder if, like, the truce and, like, the clear fact that they're working together is a good or a bad thing. I really I kind of like it when, like, two Terrans are teaming up and when two Protoss are teaming up and two Zergs are teaming up, because it's easy to figure out who's working together, right? And it kind of makes sense, at least, like, lore-wise. It doesn't feel as bad. But when, like, people are working together with multiple opponents, I'm not sure if I like that as much. Oh my god, Taeja, what are you doing? Stats is literally just sitting here. What's the point in this? Oh my god, Taeja's just dropping the base. I guess he's feeling real confident. Now, Storm is not done yet. Storm is, well, it's done at this point, but I feel like it's a little bit late. Are there any high tempo with energy? Doesn't look like it. They're getting awfully close, but ugh. The damage there, a little bit too much. Stats already GG'd 4 times earlier. I wonder if we're going to see another GG just to complete the entire cycle. Additional siege tanks come up as well, and what seemed to be a bit of a risky push there, because Taeja didn't know if the storm upgrade was done. I guess you could kind of see that the research was still ongoing, but seemed like a little bit of a greedy move. He's certainly going to be able to get rid of this base. What's this? It's like a little fence, and then the number 2, and then a fence again, and then again a number 2. I wonder if he's complaining as well that several players are working together. I can imagine if you're like the one player who doesn't seem to have an ally, like Ragnarok in these games, right? Ragnarok has been getting murdered by everyone. Yeah, no, you're kind of in a bad spot, right? You're kind of in a bad spot at this point. Or at that point. Taeja flies over the base of SuperNova. Are you guys all working together? Oh my god. In the meantime, by the way, Maru, apparently the player who decided to go for the battlecruiser fleet this time around. He's got a pretty nice set of units here. SuperNova's SCV is apparently allowed to escape. I think that's primarily because Taeja has figured out that once again there will be a thing activated here in the center in a little bit. I think you're going to be getting about 15 supply here in a little bit too, which is very, very nice. And, well, at this point, it is Maru who's maxed out. It seems like Maru is really good at these kind of game modes. I'm not going to lie. Like, he really is a very well-rounded Terran player. Like, not just in 1v1, but he just seems like a very smart guy. Like, all of the moves that he makes in these games make the most sense, you know? He's always playing for victory, I guess. I wouldn't be surprised, and once again, I can't read Korean, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one that's, like, setting up these allies. I wouldn't be surprised if he's playing the politics in this game, making sure that he's got the right friends as he's going into this. He never seems to go out first. I've never seen Maru be in a bad spot in any of these games. Like, previous one, for example, I mean, he had a bit of a hard time, but that's also because he was, you know, working together with the other Terran player, and the other Terran player was the one that ended up winning, so I guess that, you know, kind of makes sense. He's just cutting his losses at that point, but he really is in a good spot. Now, Patience, ooh, I like this. Patience, by the way, he's now pretty much maxed out, and he's producing carriers and lots of upgrades. I haven't really been highlighting him very much. He's got a Dark Shrine and everything. This guy's been happily macroing all by himself in the top section of the map. Remember, he went there very early on. Big jump in apparently as well from Taeja, trying to get those battle cruisers in the thick of the battle. The thing about the carriers is that they're little interceptor ships. They're great. But once they get gunned down, it takes a long time for them to rebuild, plus it costs money. So, Marines are not actually a bad choice. Like, Marines trade relatively well. Hey, here's a fun fact about interceptors. Interceptors have 40 health and 40 shields. Meaning that every single interceptor, while costing only 15 minerals, have technically 30 more health than Marines. There you go. There you go. Your fun trivia for the day. 6 battle cruisers coming up here, by the way, from Maru, who apparently is able to remax on those once again. He's got the 3-3 upgrades pretty much done here as well. Really nice. Turrets right now set up on these trains. I kind of wish the trains were longer too. I want to see more turrets or like a longer train. And I wanted to see it go through like the center. That'd be sick. Or maybe even like a longer train rails in general would not be bad. You know what? There's 19 freaking carriers. 19 carriers and 19 battle cruisers. I love it. I guess with Yamato cannons and 3-3 upgrades, it's the Terran player that wins that? I think we have the big battle coming up. Patience. He's rebuilt his interceptors. He's got a good set of upgrades. He's, for all intents and purposes, maxed out. Other than like a couple of carriers that he's still producing. The thing is, though, if Taeja and Maru aren't fighting, Patience always loses, right? Because... Yeah, I think so. All that really needs to happen right now is for these guys to have, well, essentially 400 supply combined. going up against one dude who's just playing the game by himself. Huh. Okay, the more I think about it, the less I like the truce. They gotta do what they gotta do to win, and I get it, but... Yeah. How are you gonna win this? How are you gonna win this if you're patient? What is your only win condition right now? I think the only win condition is the other guys fighting. But if they don't, and they just sort of sit around the center here, how are you gonna break this? We're once again getting to Turtle Royale mode rather than Battle Royale mode. I guess what might help is having some sort of benefit for killing your opponent's stuff. Right? Because I was just thinking, like, why do people fight in, say, PUBG? Or, like, I don't know, Fortnite or whatever. Why do people fight in 1v1s in those game modes? You don't have a ground unit, by the way, Patience. You can't pick it up. Even if you were to kill it, like, there's no point. Oh my god, it does do a lot of damage, actually. Huh. Why do people fight? Well, it's because, obviously, you get the glory of killing them, first and foremost. Secondly, you get all their stuff. Now, I'm not saying you should be able to get all the stuff of your opponent, but at the very least, there should be, like, I think more than a reason to kill someone in this game. Maybe it's also because I don't really know exactly what, like, style they were playing. Maybe, like I said earlier, maybe there was value in getting second and third place. I wouldn't be surprised if only rewarding first place would already help out a lot as well. Because only rewarding first place would certainly make this a lot more interesting. Because I'm a little bit, like, I feel a little bit bad right now for Patience. Every once in a while, a bunch of battle cruisers come in and they just, like, Yamato you down. And you can't go in the center anymore right now because of, like, a crazy amount of static defense that's already been set up. What are you gonna do? There's more and more missile turrets coming up. Taeja, by the way, he's still at 174 supply. He's got a nice little battle cruiser fleet at this point, too. Even high-sec auto-tracking right now coming up. Which increases the range of the planetaries and the missile turrets and stuff. Now, Patience apparently has fought a bit of, or has found a bit of an angle rather to fight from. There's a lot of Marines and Widow Mines and stuff. I think there's some Widow Mines inside of these Medivacs. Oh my god, I kind of feel like they're bullying Patience, man. Patience, like, guys, come, let's fight. And every time they get even remotely close, they back off again. Well, Maru is not really helping out his ally anymore, though. It's like, this is your problem now, buddy. But, now we get kind of into the classical issue of free-for-alls. As it seems like there's only 3 players really remaining, and no one really wants to fight, right? Now, this is nice. Well, obviously, Taeja wants to fight, but, like, none of the others. Normally, it's the player that doesn't fight that wins. So, say you have 3 players left over. They're all 3 maxed out. No one wants to fight anymore, because the player that doesn't fight is the one that wins. You know what I mean? Like, that's normally the issue. Oh my god, big tactical jump right on top of everything. Can I see some Yamato guns queued up? There they go. Oh my god. It's Protoss fireworks. Or Terran fireworks? I'm not sure. Actually, you know what? I think a lot of those units just barely went out of range as the Yamato guns came up. Patience managed to survive that with quite a lot of units intact. Maru, like, being both the best ally to work with, but also the worst. As he's now completely abandoning the Terran player. Well, he's pretending like he's really caring, but he doesn't seem to care that much. Here come the Yamato guns again. In the meantime, a couple of the BCs apparently now jump towards the other side, back towards the center. I think he tried to take control of at least some of the units that are still available there, and, well, Taeja did manage to get at least some of those units as well. Recall being utilized on some of the leftover carriers as well, but Maru, I mean, I've got a feeling he is basically in, once again, an absolutely beautiful position in a game like this. Taeja, by the way, likewise also in a good spot, but he's, well, he's not capable of producing anything anymore, right? Like, he's got, well, he actually has a lot of resources. He got 13,000 minerals and 5,000 gas. Maru apparently now going after the base of Taeja, so maybe there will be a battle after all, but at this point I think it's pretty obvious that it's Mr. Maru who's in the game-winning position. I mean, both of them have like an equally long unit step. My god, the amount of scans going down. All of a sudden, there's scans everywhere. If you look right here at the supply count, though, I think it's pretty clear that Maru is the one at 255. He's got a very healthy amount of supply. And I don't see this man ever giving up the center. He apparently allowed Taeja to join him in the center for a bit. Just like we saw Taeja allowing Maru previously. To a lesser extent. It's the people that work together. Maybe we can take a lesson from this. Have allies. Make sure to attack one person with 2 people. Wait, no, that's weird. Make sure to improve your chances by, well, having friends that help you out. I don't know. There's probably some sort of motivational speech that we can make an Instagram account from, okay, in just this one game alone. But I think that will wrap up today's Battle Royales. I'm really curious, now that you've probably seen a couple of these games and hearing your thoughts down below in the comment section. I love these games. They're really fun, but I'm a little bit hesitant and a little bit worried about what could happen if everyone starts working together like this. And I think that this map may very well need some adjustments to prevent play like this from being as rampant as it is right now. I'm not entirely sure what could help. I'm thinking the trains. Move them straight through the center. Make them stronger, make them beefier, make them longer as well. Put more turrets on them, but make them able to, like, destroy stuff. Maybe have them fire nukes at the center or something. You know, like the red zone? Actually, hold up. You know the red zone in for example, PUBG? I haven't played that many Battle Royales, but like in PUBG, you have those red zones that randomly kill stuff every once in a while. Now, I know players absolutely hate it, but I mean, say for example, at this point in the game, like a big red zone would appear on Maru's stuff, and he would have to make a move. I don't know. Just thoughts that are going through my head. In general, though, I know a lot of players don't really like those kind of things because it's randomized, right? And sometimes you just get plain unlucky. But anyways, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section of this video. For now, I want to thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And I'll see you once again in the next one.